So Nasir Davis getting his hand raised as we move forward along. Marco Sanchez returns to Fierce Fighting Championship for the first time since July of 2023. Justin McDonald to make his Fierce debut.
Fierce fans, our next fight of the evening is brought to you by Meterworks, an official sponsor of Fierce Fighting Championship. Fierce fans, make some noise and welcome Justin McDonald and then Marco Sanchez to the cage.
All right, first time for Fierce, but a well-known name amongst the fans of Utah MMA entered Justin McDonald. Andrew, he's won 3 in a row with his gritty style, looking to find W number 4 tonight.
This is the fight on the card where there's probably the biggest discrepancy between styles of fighters. Justin McDonald, very much a grinder, very much going to want to take you down, beat you up, make it really ugly, right? Marco Sanchez, as his name would imply, the sniper, right? He wants to be really technically precise. So I'm looking for Justin to get in there and make this super, super dirty. Should be a really fun fight.
Jason, his first fight since April of 2024, he did make his bare knuckle debut, but in terms of MMA, it's been a little bit of time. He was scheduled to face Alden Ashcraft earlier this year, but suffered an injury and was unable to compete. But excited to see him here tonight.
I'm very excited to see him here. This is a kid that I've been watching him come up in the MMA game in Utah MMA. He's one that I've been excited to step in the Fierce Fighting Championship cage, and as Andrew said, total stylistic matchup. You got a wrestler, gritty guy against a guy that wants to stand and strike and look for his shots. We'll see how this fight plays out tonight.
No matter who wins, can we get the Alden Ashcraft fight afterwards, please?
You got to put it up with Zach, but I would absolutely love it, no doubt about it.
That's an awesome fight.
Justin McDonald out of the Pit SLC, a new home for him in recent years. No Pit SLC in his corner tonight, just a little bit of crossing wires in terms of Marco Sanchez. He spent so many years at that gym. That being said, Steve Ergel steps in for him. Two years since we've seen the sniper in the Fierce cage. Here is Marco Sanchez. Jason, regarded as one of the highest level coaches in the state, also can dish it out when we refer to the devastating elbows he offered up last time we saw him.
Yeah, last time he was in the cage, he delivered some brutal elbows. Phenomenal striker, well-rounded, black belt in jiu-jitsu. This guy's good everywhere. We'll see if he'll be able to handle Justin McDonald's grittiness tonight, because we know what Justin McDonald's going to want to do. He's going to want to take this fight to the ground and ground and pound.
Yeah, and Andrew hasn't hit that mark of 170 pounds since 2016 when he fought Quinton Harris as an amateur, but feels as though that's where he should have been the whole time. Was giddy to get on the scale last night.
Yeah, sometimes you got to find the right weight class. Marco's one of those guys in Utah where everyone who trains with him will tell you how good he is, just hasn't been able to get those performances that he needs in the cage. Doesn't always translate one-to-one, and so I'm sure he's looking to do that. When we were talking, I'm thinking to myself, Justin getting ready for Alden, who also trains with Marco, and now fighting Marco, they've had a really long time to prepare for Justin.
Very long time.
Has not fought at the Maverick Center since May of 2019 when he fought Jared Gwerder at LFA 66. Certainly excited to be back inside the confines of the biggest place in which we pull off fight nights.
Yeah, really excited to see him in the cage tonight. Once again, another banger fight on the main card.
To the welterweights we go. Here's your tale of the tape. McDonald, the wiser, at 35 years of age. He'll give up 2 inches in height and 2.5 on the scale. 2-3 the record for Sanchez, staring across at 3-1 for McDonald. Fun fight in front of us to set the table. Here's Hoops.
Fierce fans, this fight is sponsored by Meterworks. This fight is a professional welterweight bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And when the fight begins, the referee in charge will be Tyler Tomlinson. Introducing the first fighter, fighting out of the red corner. Blue corner, holding a professional record of 3 wins and 1 loss. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at 167 pounds. Fighting out of the Pit SLC, hailing from Ogden, Utah. Fierce fans, make some noise for Justin the Lumberjack McDonald. And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, holding a professional record of 2 wins and 3 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall and weighing in at 169.5 pounds. Fighting out of Rise Boxing, Classic Fight Team, and Agima Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, hailing from West Valley City, Utah, by way of Buena Park, California. Fierce fans, make some noise for Marco Sniper Sanchez.
What a pop from the crowd. Marco Sanchez back in the Maverick Center in the red gloves. Fierce debut for Justin McDonald, who's got blue gloves. This welterweight bout is brought to you by Meterworks, focusing on the business of water and solving your water metering needs. Meterworks, an official sponsor of Fierce FC.
Yeah, Marco does look good for this weight class, 170. There's Justin.
Yep, that's
bringing
about
the pressure.
That's about what we thought, right?
And he better watch this because Marco's deadly inside with these elbows.
Dude, that knockout that he got, oh my goodness.
Violent.
I told him, I commented, I said, this was beautiful. He said, thank you very much.
And Justin McDonald doing his homework.
Had it on the scouting report, persistently presses his weight up against his opponents, likes to use his head in order to get solid position up against the cage. He's doing so right now inside of 30 seconds of round 1.
Steve Ergel, our house corner.
The house corner.
Yep. Giving some excellent advice to Justin McDonald over here.
You can see the strength of McDonald. Like, Marco's tried to get off the cage a couple times now, and McDonald's is just pressing him up there.
Well, he's been fighting this way for a long time, right?
Yeah.
This is what he does. So you got to love Marco's crowd. The knee doesn't connect, and everyone goes, "Oh!"
Yeah, you can't, this is what you can't. You can't. If you're McDonald, you can't give Marco this space, or you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Tying it up and making it messy. Marco trying to find his way out of this. McDonald staying stubborn.
This is a really good game plan by McDonald.
Very good game plan.
This is what I thought he would do, and it's what he needs to do.
It's what he does every fight. This is MO. He's going to push you against the cage, he's going to take you down, and he's going to ground and pound you.
Again, like we had talked about previously in the Pfeiffer and Woodhouse fight, Justin McDonald being really disciplined here about keeping the top of his head pressed up against Marco Sanchez, controlling his posture. The body follows the head. If the head is pinned, the body will be pinned.
Nice elbow lands for Sanchez on the retreat. Backing up, lands another knee to the midsection.
Justin needs to be careful to not get into like a slinging match here.
Nice tie clinch by Marco. He's not really connecting on anything yet.
All tied up right now. Sanchez with another one going for the elbow.
This is exhausting work. Even going backwards when you have that tie clench like that, throwing those knees is really, really rough.
He just heard Earl yell to go for the ankles. I think he wants a takedown now for McDonald.
Look at Justin with that head positioning.
Beautiful.
High underhook, pushing hard with it, not even trying to get takedowns. Just
no.
And this is what I was kind of talking about. What Woodhouse would have been better to employ, right?
Yeah.
Hold your guy against the fence, soften him up a bit, and then go for some takedowns.
But like Woodhouse was doing, McDonald's not. He's not doing any damage. It's Marco through landing the short elbows, the knees.
Let's see if he's able to get this. This is going to – I know that Justin's strong, but it's a tough spot to get a takedown.
Marco's a big boy.
Yeah.
And Marco's no slouch either. Like I mentioned, Marco's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
Began training in Southern California with Classic Fight Team. Tyler Wombles was his head coach. Ooh. Nearly the throw. Sanchez finds his way up to the top, now in a dominant position.
Oh, big knee by Sanchez.
First big window for him to work, making the most of it. Minute 15 to go, round 1.
Good knee to the body there by Marco.
Now those aren't, now that landed.
That was a good knee, followed up by an elbow by Sanchez.
2 big elbows by Sanchez.
Sanchez finished out his last one with a beautiful elbow. How about a knee this time? Marco Sanchez looks as though he's just about finished up.
I got to be thinking this is close to being stopped. There it is.
How about it? Marco Sanchez, 2 years away. Doesn't look like it. Another victory. That's 2 in a row for him.
Impressive, impressive.
I apologize, guys. I thought the fight was going to end a little bit earlier.
I did too. I think Tyler wants to let the fans get their money's worth tonight.
No, you know what? Justin was covering up, maybe not necessarily intelligently defending himself. However, the shots weren't getting through either. Right? And so he gave him a little bit more time. Can't complain about that stoppage from Justin that you didn't really do anything, right? It was really impressive work from Marco there because he was getting hemmed up and pinned against the cage the whole time. The moment there was space, he finished the fight.
That is a second TKO victory in the first round going to Marco Sanchez. What a finish by him. Let's go ahead and break it down. Presented by our friends at Pat's Media and R&R Barbecue.
Good elbow there by Marco, pulling back into the single tie plum. Lots of hard elbows. A knee comes up in the middle here. Bam, right there.
That's where I thought it finished, by the way.
Yeah, for sure. But you can see these shots aren't landing.
You're right.
Right? He's blocking them with his elbows, hitting the floor. Not super precise here. And then the elbows start to come in. And there's where Tyler, I say it all the time. I think Tyler's the best referee in the whole region.
Yeah.
Like, dude, most referees would have stopped that immediately, but the shots weren't landing, right? And he saw that. So I think a lot of that has to speak to Tyler's experience himself being a professional fighter.
Obviously, a Utah resident gets work over in Wyoming as well as Idaho. Veteran work by him. Let's give a W to Marco Sanchez.
Fierce fans, referee Tyler Tomlinson has called a stop to this contest at 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by TKO, Marco Sniper Sanchez.
Marco, welcome back to the Fierce Fighting Championship cage. You've been out for a while. How's it feel, man?
Feels good to be home, man. Feels good after the Karate Combat fight. It's good to come back and get a good W.
Yeah, you fought a tough guy coming in here making his debut for Fierce. Did you expect the fight to go that way, knowing how heavy of a wrestler he was? Did you expect him to push you against the cage like that?
Oh yeah, 100%. We're expecting that. I was just gonna let him squeeze himself out a little bit. I have a nasty tie clinch. That's that classic fight team tie clinch. I knew I was gonna find the finish. I ain't tripping.
Yeah, beautiful performance tonight. What's next for you?
We'll see. Bigger and better things, whether it's here at Fierce or somewhere else. All I want to say is, my last fight, I got knocked out. It's just the truth. You guys all saw it for Karate Combat. Just know anything in life, don't let anything fucking hold you down. You're gonna fucking lose, not only in life, but in the cage, where you pick yourself back up, you work fucking hard. I'm in the best shape of my life at about 170 pounds now, and I'm ready to fucking get more.
Congratulations on a beautiful performance. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for your winner, Marco Sanchez.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Classic fight team. Fucking love you, bro. You've been my coach forever. My teammates, my students, my girl MG, Dane, Akima. Rise Boxing, baby. You know what it is. Let's fucking party tonight, baby. Let's go. Wait, actually, Zeke's got to put in work first, and then we go party, baby. Let's go.
Marco Sanchez, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Jason Laporte, Fierce Fighting Championship commentator and